this is Kenny Clark, and this is Lombardi's Bar.
This is one of my favorite podcasts to do.
I'm just, blessed and thankful to be a part of this podcast. It's a great podcast, it's a great interview.
Maybe I know that you guys, obviously being the best Packers podcast that's out there.
I had Malort this weekend, so I'm not tasting anything.
Oh, good.
He did.
God.
He did. That was fantastic.
Because they said, "Did you ever try Malort?" And I said, "No." And then they said, "Do you want to take a shot of Malort?" I said, "No," but I did.
Wait, who said
It's called peer
Todd.
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to get in a high honors English class once, and they called my parents and were like, "Hey, just tell him he can't do it."
It shows. It really shows.
I hate you guys so much.
I'm going to throw these two guys into the screen so that if I die, they can carry on the legacy of crap that is this show.
I'm just kidding. I was pretending that I was frozen. I am coming through crystal clear. Thank you, Emma. And screw you, True North, for coming in even before the show starts. My internet is working properly, at least right off the bat. Welcome in, Jay, and all the other degenerates here to Lombardi's Bar. Thank you so much for joining on a Victory Wednesday. The Packers are 1-0. And man, I don't know, vanquished some of the foes. Whatever. Bring these two guys in. Is it really doing it again?
It just right after you said, "I'm coming in crystal clear," you started talking. It was like, and then it was perfect timing.
So fucking done. I'm so done with AT&T promising me high-speed fiber optic internet, and I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do at this point.
I
persevere.
I think that's all you can do.
Move on.
You just give them. Yeah.
Yes. I make every person in the house turn off all electronic devices, as if that helps at all.
I do the same thing, so don't worry. Just because my Wi-Fi is, as you know, spotty. So every time I come, I'm like, "Des, turn off the Wi-Fi. If you're gonna have to watch something, use data. We're fine. Like, you're good." So no, I feel your pain on that.
We can afford it. We can afford the data. I feel like I'd be better off. I feel like I would be better off streaming off of data than I would Wi-Fi. Fuck! Oh, God damn it!
Sorry, it's just really perfect timing when it happens.
Yeah, we just need to keep talking about it because it just creates these incredible little moments.
True North, there's no GoFundMe. I pay the most to AT&T that they'll let me pay for the highest amount of internet that they'll give me. I don't know why I'm getting this now. I didn't get this like when we were doing this before.
Do you think maybe
I think I'm being targeted? What?
Do you think maybe it's a computer issue?
It's the same computer I've always had.
Well, so it's older, and as someone who's getting older, a little bit slower, that happens when we age.
I don't know.
Get your boys Starlink or something.
I'm not putting feet out there. Only butthole. No feet.
Nice.
No feet pictures.
Dan shows hole.
Straight to hole.
There's
literally only one subscription tier. there's no in between.
You skipped a lot of steps to get to.
You either see this or it's straight starfish.
All right, dude. We're off to a great start. What a show.
The trick is he just gets people to sign up for a newsletter, and then he just starts bombarding them with butthole pics until they pay to unsubscribe.
Right. Speaking of hot starts, your Green Bay Packers are 1-0 after.
Look at that, dude.
This is why you subscribe to my OnlyFans, guys. It's not the picks, it's the transitions. I mean, a huge win over over the Lions on Sunday. Yeah, Emma, that's what you get. This is what you get at Lombardi's Bar. We don't start talking about the game itself. No, I mean, just an outstanding, literally, is there anything you could have changed about Sunday to make this start off the first week any better?
Absolutely. It would have been nice if Matt wouldn't have called plays like mashed potato Mike once we got a 2-possession lead. Let the offense stay on it a little bit. The whole second half just was, hey, let's just wind the clock down and get out of here. We're comfortable at this point.
How do we know it wasn't actually Mike McCarthy calling the plays? He was there at half. He came out at halftime.
Yeah, could have
That's
been
a good point.
Could have done like an Invasion of the Body Snatchers type deal. And it was Mike McCarthy taking over. They did maybe like a Make-A-Wish kind of situation for Mike McCarthy.
I think the Packers are kind of done with Make-A-Wish situations for a while. I still think Big B burned that bridge for a minute.
Yeah. They turned pro cancer real quick. They're like, no, we're not letting any of them back here.
Or at least cancer neutral.
Yeah, they're like, we're not against it, but we're not for it.
We're not exactly against it though.
I was with Todd.
Go ahead.
The second half, especially after they came down, they kick a field goal, and then it's 3 straight runs that were not working. Eventually in the game they worked, but it was because you think back to like, if he's not there anymore, thank God. But like when Ben Johnson was there, he would have loved to put 70 points up against us. And then I get going for the win, and we were dominating. It's not like we were barely scraping by at that point. Like the Packers killed it. But I'm with Todd. I wish it was kind of something where the game ended. It's like, oh, it's 42-13. Like that would have just been even more tears of Lions fans. And so it's kind of selfish on my end because I wish they would have risked the lead a little bit more, but you can't complain about the performance they had.
I mean, to be fair, some of that, this is some of the things that it falls on Matt LaFleur, but it also falls on the offense to an extent too, is when you miss on some of those big passing plays, like that Jaden Reed catch. There was the dropped interception on when Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft were clearly not on the same page, and Love was getting pressure. Those kind of plays stall offensive drives. If you connect on stuff like that, the offense kind of gets to turn. It feels like anytime a drive gets that first down, then Matt LaFleur really can. Then he kind of gets into that rhythm of a drive a little bit, really easily. Once he gets that first down, he can really get into it. But man, once he kind of gets stalled once or twice, turtles up a little bit. Come over. Exactly. Like it was crazy to me, especially watching in person. Like the only thing that was working for the Packers, especially in the first half, the only thing that was working for the Packers was the passing game. And it was every single time they came out, I'm like, they're still single high safe. Like it was single high, like almost entirely. They were like hell bent on not letting Josh Jacobs beat them. And as much as we're nitpicking with this offense, Jordan Love in the passing game did exactly what they had to do to win this game.
But to that, like, you can't blame them for that strategy because last year we showed over and over again. We could not beat man coverage. So like if I'm the Lions, I'm thinking all we're going to do is man coverage because all they changed was you bring in a rookie wide receiver. But Matt LaFleur adjusts. Every season we see that. Like things are different, and kudos to all the wide receivers. They actually made separation. They did what they needed to do, but
they caught the ball.
That's always a plus. It's a good start there.
I knew we were going to have a good day when Wicks caught that first one. I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
here we go.
That's how you know how troubling his drops are, because I had the same thought. The second he caught him, like, oh, it's different now. We're good. Like we're off to a great start. Yeah, dude. Okay, here's my would you guys count Jaden Reed on the sideline, that deep pass? Would you count that as a drop? It was a tough catch, but it did literally hit both of his hands.
I wouldn't count it as a official drop. It's a really good wide receiver comes down with that ball, but I don't expect every wide receiver to make that catch.
See, I don't even think a really good one. I just think like Romeo Dobbs would have come down with that. Like just like a small tear up. I feel like he would have caught it.
Sure.
Jaden Reed, and even on his touchdown catch, when they showed that slow motion in the end zone, I know you were at the game, Dan, so you didn't get to see this replay, but they did the slow motion, and there was even like a little bobble on just a wide open touchdown catch of just, it wasn't as clean as you'd expect. So look, he caught it. I'm not going to complain, but it's just those little hints of like, oh, we're teetering on the edge of making me break my TV with the remote.
Well, let's talk more about this game through our buy around, pay the tab here. Todd, why don't you kick us off? Who'd you like to buy around for?
I'm going to go with Goody. News came out. They signed Christian Watson to a 1-year extension, keeping him around for next year, essentially getting that 5th-year option for $13 million. It's a hell of a deal. So it'll be nice to get him back and not have to worry about like, oh, we only have 10 games of him and Golden together. Like, actually give him an opportunity, see what he looks like in a true contract year when he's fully healthy. Because he's going to come back and they'll say he's at 100%, but we've seen it with guys like it takes a year to really come back and to feel confident in that leg. I mean, it's not going to be until next year when we really see that start to shine. So it'll be nice to see that. So shout out to Goody once again, just going out, finding a way to lock a guy up, take a little bit of that question mark out of the situation and let the team be able to move forward. And I think giving Christian that ability to come back and not have the contract to also worry about this year, come back, just worry about how your body feels being healthy and playing football.
I think you should probably also buy around for your boy, Hitman, Christian Watson's dad, because he did tweet out the reason why he allowed this contract to go through, why he gave it the stamp of approval. So I don't think it gets done without him. So do you want to thank him at all?
I do not. If I didn't get a chance to see that because he has me blocked because he was upset that I pointed out that he likes to tweet during his son's wedding.
What did Christian Watson's dad have to say about everything?
It pretty much exactly what Todd was saying, of like the reason he started with the reason I gave my stamp of approval on this deal was because it's essentially a 5th-year option. The Packers tried to trade up in the first round for him. Vikings wouldn't do it. They gave up the same stuff in the second round. So you show loyalty to people who are loyal to you, is how he phrased it. But I just thought it was hilarious how it like immediately was like, the reason I did this. It's like, dude, you don't. Goody's not calling you, dude. So let's calm down. I think
Jerry
you're last
Jones.
on his priority list.
Jerry Jones wannabe. Wasn't he also the same son of a bitch that was 5 months ago ragging on Goody and the whole front office because they had the balls to draft a wide receiver in the first round?
Call them idiots.
Yeah.
Don't care about winning.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
$13 million will change that, though. Once you see that, you're like, oh no, these guys are smart as hell.
Just sitting there with I just picture him sitting with 2 big bags of like 2 big like burlap bags with like dollar signs on them. Like, oh, no, we're good. Me and Goody, we're good. No, it's absolutely the perfect move for this front office to do because of everything you said. Of it takes all of the pressure off of him to rush back this year to prove himself this year. You know, he doesn't have if something doesn't feel completely right this year, he doesn't have to push himself into a bad situation this year and potentially put his career at risk even further, just to try to, guarantee his next contract. He's got next year all, signed up. It's pretty much guaranteed now that you're going to be one of the main focus points of this offense moving forward, at least for the next 2 years. So it's as much as sometimes we give this front office a little crap of how they treat veterans sometimes and kind of maybe lowball veterans.
You got a mouse in your pocket? I didn't say shit about this front office.
The royal we sometimes. Sometimes this front office gets questioned about how they treat veteran players, get lowball, they lowball players where they, maybe they shouldn't. This, like you said, Todd, it was a good olive branch to extend to a guy who clearly they want to keep around and make a part of this offense. Jimmy, who would you like to buy around for today?
Yeah, last week I bought a whole unit around because I felt like they were going to be under attack. And now this week it's actually a positive note of Kobe Wooden. Like, you had the tough task of replacing a staple on our defense for what felt like 45 years. He killed it. Like, all the worry was, are we going to be able to stop the run? We held the Lions, both running backs combined under 100 yards. Like, he set the edge or set the line. He dominated. Like, there's no other way around it. And my favorite part was he had a post-game interview, or maybe the practice after, at his locker. He said his dad called him after all the buzz about they can't stop the run. And all his dad said was like, you need to shut them up. And Kobe's response was, all right, bet. He did it. Like, Wooden had an incredible game. Granted, it was against a change in the interior. It's not like it's a bad offensive line, though. So, like, there's not a asterisk next to that. It doesn't matter.
It's still an
like,
NFL offensive line.
And Glasgow, like, even though he's played center before, he's not Reg now, but it's not like he's a scrub they found off the street. So you got to give Wooden credit. He came in, he dominated. Dude is Jack City this year. And he had a hell of a game. And I think it doesn't completely take away the worry about losing Kenny Clark. But I think it's as great as a start as you could ask for him. So I don't know. It's looking up for this interior defensive line right now. So want to buy him around for that.
Yeah. Come over. Definitely. Yeah. Coop was all over the place.
I had him typed in on the sheet for buy around before I switched it to Goody. Cooper's one of those guys. Like, I always have a hard time when a guy comes out and like looks really good in that first year, and you're like, just please be good again. Like, let's not have a sophomore. And he was getting so much hype that I was like, this could be bad. This might. He's so good. Yeah. There were some people that had posted different all 22s of him, and he's just a freak.
Can I buy his jersey now?
No.
Okay. Figured.
You stay the hell away from him.
All right. If you guys had to choose, could I buy Parsons' jersey or Cooper's? You got to pick one.
Buy my jersey, and I will sacrifice my NFL career in place of both of them.
All right. Well, leaving it up to me. It's a dangerous game, Dan.
How about
we'll see what I buy.
How about Quay Walker?
I already got it.
How about you wait? How about you wait to buy this jersey until about like the second week of February, when we're getting ready to have a parade down Lombardi?
I'll buy both of them. You guys are right.
Yeah.
If you don't buy either, Jimmy, and this team wins the Super Bowl, I will buy you both.
All right, I won't buy either of those. Can I buy just a random player then?
Run it past me first.
Paul Melton, number 16.
Go get it. Go get it.
Yes. All right, done. Nate Hobbs isn't playing. I can at least buy him. It's not like he contributed this week.
I'm gonna stick close to home here. I'm gonna buy a round for Lambeau Field on Sunday. Man, it may have been the 7 high noons that I had going into the stadium talking. But that was one of the best stadium experiences at Lambeau I can remember. When they announced Micah Parsons from the defensive starters, that place went bananas. And then I'm sure you guys could hear it and see it like on the, because I went back and I rewatched the game. And you can kind of hear it like that first play when Parsons runs onto the field. But it was literally like I don't remember ever going to a game and watching the sidelines and picking out players on the sidelines and keeping track of who was standing on the sidelines before. But I sat there and I watched to see every single time Parsons was coming onto the field, and every time he stepped on, everybody in the stands, and I'm talking from drunk fat asses like me to little old Ethel and Bob that were 50-year season ticket holders, stood up and made some kind of noise. I've never seen that at Lambeau before. No one told anybody to sit down and shut up. We stood the entire fourth quarter, basically. And that is exactly the kind of juice this team needs to bring to every single home game moving forward.
Is there any?
Do you want the bad news, Dan?
What's the bad news?
Tomorrow's a Milwaukee game, and it's not going to be that.
Yeah, I know it's a gold. Look, I know it's a gold package game tomorrow. I understand that. But what I'm saying is I truly think the Micah Parsons effect is changing this. I think the juice that he brought to the team is the cup runneth over and spills out into the crowd at Lambeau, because that crowd was juiced up.
I hope so, because the only games the 2 seasons following COVID, I went to a lot of home games, the vast majority of them. The gold package games were the only ones where you'd still have 1 or 2 people here or there that were down in front at the other games. But for the most part, I would go entire games of standing and not hearing anybody complain. The gold package games, it was still consistently down in front, to the point that I'm pretty sure I got uninvited from one of the groups that I used to go to gold package games with, because there was a guy in front of me that wanted to stand. So I'm going to stand with, I'm not going to sit here and stare at his back. And if he wants to stand, great. I've got no issue standing.
Here's I don't know. Maybe I'm bullshitting here. But both of the gold package games this year, primetime games, right? Washington tomorrow and Philly on Monday night, right? I'm hoping, just like what Como was saying, vibes are high. The vibes run a little bit extra on a primetime game. I'm hoping that helps counteract the gold package lull a little bit.
I think Micah Parsons' hype can at least last 2 weeks, so I think this week will be fine. But my worry is,
I think this hype is a season-long thing. This isn't getting a wide. This isn't trading for Jamar Chase and, oh, isn't this great? We have a best wide receiver. This is, you guys saw how Micah Parsons runs in and destroys every play like that. This is Reggie White level stuff of the crowd chanting Reggie back in the 90s. Like this is what Micah Parsons is going to do.
We get that. We don't think you fully understand what the Milwaukee crowd is like, what the difference is like. And I'm with you. I'm hopeful
I
that this is
understand.
what does it. But I also was hopeful that maybe a global pandemic shutting things down for a year, not letting us go to football games, would make people excited to be allowed to be back in there and they want to celebrate. And instead, they wanted to sit on their fucking hands the whole time and tell people to sit down and not pay attention to the game. So let's see. I'm hopeful, but I'm not confident.
Look,
if you are
this
a Milwaukee
Sunday-
package holder or you know one, make sure you tell them that their behavior is unacceptable and they need to get rowdy and have some fun.
Sunday was a religious experience for me. I believe in the power of Lambeau again.
My only worry is that Mikey even said, he's like, after the crowd, he's like, I've never been around a crowd like that. Like, he even said it's kind of an expectation now. It's like, you guys you don't understand how we feed off that. My one worry, and I'm not saying it's a guarantee, is it goes back to the old time where you have literally the head coach begging the crowd to get louder.
No,
hopefully it doesn't. And I'm with you. Like, I think Parsons and the way the team played, it can carry along, but we just know how Lambeau has been in the past. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I really hope you're right, but I'm just a little pessimistic in this situation.
Every point you made, look, no one hates the Milwaukee games as much as us. I think us as a triad.
First of all, let's be nice to Milwaukee. We're great people. Okay.
We hate that we love Milwaukee. We love the city of Milwaukee. The people of Milwaukee are great. They really kind of drop the ball with their Packer games historically.
Yep.
I'm just telling you. I think what I saw on Sunday is a franchise changing experience. I feel like I've seen the light, and I'm here to tell you Parsons is going to be different. He's going to change the Milwaukee games.
Imagine how much louder that place would have been if it had a roof.
Shut up, Todd.
I knew you were going to fucking go there.
I'm not going to lie. You should calm down on this Micah stuff because all I'm hearing is buy the jersey, Jimmy, buy the jersey, Jimmy. So let's calm down.
All right. Well, let's jump into pay the tab then. Jimmy, who would you like to have pay the tab?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a first super quick one.
Okay.
It's a little personal. The village of Maryland, Wisconsin, where I currently live now.
Okay.
I am a village trustee. I'm on the board of the village. Why they voted me in? I don't know. It takes two people, me and my wife.
Democracy is dead. Democracy is dead.
You're all fucked. They scheduled a board meeting on the Thursday night game that the Packers play. You know the schedule ahead of time. You could have easily changed this. I'm not going. I'm going to watch the game. I don't care. Like that, you guys will be fine. We're voting on, should we have police in the village? We have 300 people here. Let them do crimes. I don't care. Let them do what they want to do. I want to watch the Pack. I want to watch Michael Parsons. You're getting me hyped right now. Don't expect me to go to that meeting when I could also choose to watch Michael Parsons. So spoiler alert, I'm not going because I'd rather watch that game. They can vote on the police in the city. Not even a city, village, 300 people. Not that much crime happens, Dan. It's fine.
Let's hear from Back the Blue Dan on this one.
I feel like this clip is going to be used in like a political attack ad. Like, Jimmy Christensen says he's tough on crime. I don't give a fuck about the police. I want to watch Michael Parsons.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. Anyways, skip past that one. My real one, actually Packers related. Javon Bullard, second round pick. Smidge of a weakness at that slot position. We saw it last week. They motioned St. Brown into the slot. Bullard was on him. Zero chance. Oh, he knows Arbutus. There we go. Sorry,
Hell yeah.
Comb over. Yeah, there we go. Comb over crusher. Yeah, Lake Arbutus.
It's my spot.
Anyways, shout out the mug. Bullard is not good. Like when he's a slot at times, but if you bring a top talent receiver, and even thinking about this week, Like if they bring McLaurin or if they bring even Deebo Samuel, who probably more in the slot, there's no chance in hell Bullard's going to be able to cover him. And it's a bummer because he second round pick, like I said, but got to improve a little bit. Hopefully Hobbs coming back. You can move him into that slot and that's kind of going to be covered. And he can kind of be that third safety if they want to bring him on. But he got exposed in his limited snaps at that spot guarding a top receiver, which kind of sucks, but you hit some, you miss some. I'm not saying he's a bust, but I don't think he's as good as they think.
Yeah, I definitely agree he was not great. I mean, Amon-Ra is one of the best wide receivers in the league. And it was very clear that was really the whole game plan of the Lions was dink and dunk, quick passes, don't let the pass rush try to affect you as much. I think he did like a serviceable job at it. I mean, like how many people are you going to find that are going to play slot corner that are going to be able to cover Amon-Ra St. Brown like the entire game? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he was able to he was able to kind of like to borrow a Joe Barry phrase. He survived basically all the downs. He limited the damage. He kept everything in front of him. Did kind of what they needed to do to survive. But you're right. He definitely doesn't belong playing at at the slot. At least he needs to be put somewhere else because his talents are being wasted there.
Yeah, we'll see where his talents are. Still waiting on that one. But no, little too mean. He's a good third safety. There's no chance he ever to overtake.
He's a good third nickel safety. Yeah, yeah.
No anything Isaiah Simmons, right, Todd?
Yeah, he's no. Okay, cool.
Sorry, the Packers just tweeted out the white uniforms for Thursday night.
Are they not the same white uniforms as before?
They are, but I was just mesmerized for a moment. I really
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a really good comment.
You guys were talking about Javon Bullard for 5 minutes. I zoned out.
Sorry, he was a pay the tab and a part of the last game. We won't mention him.
I didn't think it needed 5 minutes.
I'm pretty sure we talked more about Jimmy's failed political career than we did Javon Bullard.
First of all, failed. I'm still part of the board. All right, let's calm down on the failed accusations. Give me 2 months and I'll be out.
When are you up for re-election, Jimmy?
2 years, dude. Just got elected in April.
Okay, all right.
The worst part was I didn't know I forgot I was doing it until I got a text the night before that said "good luck," and I responded with, "What are you talking about?" And it was the election the next day. So we're off to
this
a great
country
start.
is so fucking cooked. Jesus Christ!
Listen, when I focus, I'm great. When I don't focus, which is 95% of the time.
About 10 years, we're going to get like a CNN cryon that's like Vice President Jimmy Christensen says all world wars canceled, Packer game Thursday night.
Yeah. Oh, what's that called? World peace? So shut up, Dan. You're welcome.
Dan's part of the war machine.
Yeah, he's like, no, we want war. Bomb them. Oh, sorry, I care about something.
Todd, who would you like to have pay the tab?
Dan Campbell. I think, Dan, you can agree the last few years, he went from like being this lovable character of a coach to just a guy who's just, it feels like the Gronk shtick a little bit, where it's like, I don't know, I'm just here to say stuff and maybe motivate some guys.
I've never fucking liked him.
No, because you have a weird beef with Detroit because you're there. But that was,
like,
I think
I
that
have
was
a weird
the
beef with
perception.
him.
But I never bought his shtick. I was fairly confident he just had really smart people around him, and he was great at motivating his guys to go out and do their job. Him coming out last week talking about how great Lambeau is and everything, and then to just walk in and get it handed to you from opening kickoff, aside from the holding penalty that Richie B's team has to have on opening kickoff, was just, I thought, very poetic for Dan. So that was nice.
I see. Yeah. I don't know. I hate that he's a Lions coach, because if he was anywhere else, I think I'd like him, because he is absolutely crazy. But I think, yeah, like you said, he relies on the smart people around him. And right now it does not look like he has the smartest people around him. But I don't know. I like his shtick still. The crazy person.
He looks like a dead nuts ringer for my stepdad, and even speaks.
And you
in the
wanted to
same-
fight him since the 8th grade.
And we nearly, my stepdad and I nearly got into a fist fight at a gas station at the Mexican border when I was 16. That's a story for another.
This is the most Detroit story I've ever heard.
You guys know I didn't grow up in Detroit, right? Like,
all I'm picturing is January.
No, I don't know anything about you, Dan. Believe it or not, Kelsey and I don't really discuss you when we're hanging out.
I'm picturing him trying to bring someone over and you just refusing to let it happen. That's all I'm picturing right now.
We tried. I tried to make it work, but Doug can fuck off.
Dan was being a narc, letting the border patrol know what was going on.
He's like, guys, check the trunk. Check the trunk.
He's bringing tequila back, and he didn't document it.
And he speaks. They speak in the same like cadence, like that, like staccato, like this is when you say you go to Lambeau, and it's just the best. I'm like, the motherfucker, shut up, I just want to, and it's all the. There's no therapy that'll fix it. No therapy in the world will fix that.
Right now,
I keep thinking about Hot Rod.
You're not a man. Rips off his fake mustache. Gods of War.
But yeah, fuck Dan Campbell. I think
how am I gonna fight you if you're dead? Sorry, I love Hot Rod so much.
I got him started. This is on me. I knew this was gonna happen.
I will say, at least the temperature, from what I hear on sports radio around here, if things don't improve very quickly in the next like 5 to 6 weeks, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, the Lions GM, are going to be very quickly on the hot seat. They were like there were people already calling for the Lions GM's job after the Micah Parsons trade, because they said that he hasn't done enough. And now after this, there are people like banging down the door calling for front office jobs already in Detroit. So if Dan Campbell doesn't turn things around.
What do you mean he hasn't done enough? He brought in Zadarius Smith last season for a while.
Yeah.
They mean like this year.
Yeah, I got it, Dan.
That would be crazy though if like the 1 ounce of success they've had, they're like,
they
have
no idea how to handle it.
I really hope they lose to the Bears. I hate that I hope the Bears win, but just the turmoil in the Lions' life of like going to the Ravens after that would just be the most beautiful thing in the world.
They're already all talking about like the week 2 against the Bears is a must-win game.
It's week 2, guys. Calm the fuck down.
Like everyone, week 2 against the fucking Bears is a must-win. That's what we did to them on Sunday. A team that was competing to go to the Super Bowl 2 years ago is now in a must-win situation against Caleb Williams in week number 2.
Life comes fast.
Speaking of assholes from Michigan,
Todd,
my pay the tab
it's
is
been
Aiden
pretty much
Hutchinson.
this whole show so far.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson had a big donut game on Sunday. That is zeros across the board on the stat line, buddy. You got out tackled by your own kicker. Jake Bates recorded more tackles than you. Aiden Hutchinson, person who is angling to be paid as the next highest defensive end over Micah Parsons. Person that I had to hear about all preseason training camp about how, the Lions had to implement the Aiden Hutchinson rule that if he blows up a play, then we still got to keep it going so the offense can at least try something, like as if Aiden Hutchinson is the first player ever that's blown up a play. You know, the only contribution Aiden Hutchinson made to the game on Sunday was in the middle of that interception that didn't count. You headhunted the opposing quarterback, got a cheap shot on him, which got called for a penalty. And also in the middle of that cheap shot ended up causing Zach Tom to get hurt and knocked out of the game. So Aiden Hutchinson, not only did you just suck playing football, you're also a cheap piece of shit. And I can't wait to see you on Thanksgiving when we kick your ass again. I've never liked you. I think you're a terrible person.
I hate to ruin your beautiful rant there. I did not think that was a cheap shot on Jordan Love because he was clearly trying to run toward whoever intercepted the ball. And I think you just got to block
on the other side of the field.
Jordan Love still ran towards that area and you hit him.
You don't go target. You don't go headhunt the quarterback on a play that's away from the ball.
Listen, if I'm on the defense and the opposing quarterback throws an interception, I'm hitting him. He blocks.
That's a cheap shot.
That's why it's a penalty.
And that's why it's a penalty.
But no, it's not like he was just standing there. He was running actively towards the play.
But he's running actively towards the play to be involved, like, so that he's not just standing there being like, ho hum, I threw an interception. He's running towards the play because you're supposed to run towards the play. He's not actively making a play on the ball. He was away from the play. Aiden Hutchinson did this, found him, and took him out specifically.
I mean, it's a natural consequence. I just want this rule to go away so we can do that to opposing quarterbacks. Like, I feel like if you throw an interception and you run through the play, you should be able to get blocked. Just hit him.
No, that's not the America we live in, Jimmy. We live in the America where you are a high-ranking politician and quarterback.
Yeah, and I'm going to change this rule tomorrow. I'm going to go to the meeting now just to bring this up on the agenda. Be like, guys, this NFL play, can we do anything about this?
It's actually now illegal in Wisconsin to throw a flag at a defender for hitting a quarterback after he throws an interception.
I don't know. I feel like I said, you run towards a play. Jordan Love should have just stood there. Just, no, I don't want any part. And then he hit him. Penalty. If you're going to run towards it, you're an active member of this game. I'm going to deck you. Like, I feel like it's fair.
This is the dumbest take you've ever had. And that's saying something.
How though? Because if roles were reversed and Jared Goff threw the interception and he started running,
I would
towards
still
the play.
think that that's. I would think that that's a cheap shot.
Yeah.
I would think that that's a cheap shot.
He wasn't actively trying to make a play.
Right.
He was running.
What if he cuts inside and you get the tackle? Same way if Jared Goff would have thrown it, he's running towards it.
He would have had to cut inside 3 different times to get to that part of
You
the
never
field.
know, dude. Madden juke moves. Just get a little hop, hop, hop. It's a possibility.
You need to
I just
take
think-
less ketamine next time before the show.
That's on me. That's on me. No, I don't know. I just think you should. If it is what it is, it's football. You're gonna get hit. You're fine.
I want to hurt opposing quarterbacks in the regular flow of the game.
Yeah,
Yes, like legally, like hurt them legally, not cheap shots. I don't want to have guys
Absolutely,
getting
Johnny.
blindsided off. Yeah.
yeah. I think that's where I just don't think it was a blindside. He saw him. He should have been like, "I'm good, dude. Sorry." Like if I saw Aiden Hutchinson running towards me, I wouldn't have kept running. I would have immediately fell to the ground. You're going towards the play. It is what it is. You got hit. You'll be all right.
Johnny, nailed it right on the head. Definitely a turning point this season. Couldn't have been any more clear. Yeah. Guys, big game tomorrow, Thursday. Commanders, as we mentioned, gold package game. Especially when the gold package game rolls around, the biggest thing you can't do, take the Broncos lightly.
Nope.
Cannot
Can't
do it.
Can't.
Can't.
Even after
1-0.
they looked kind of like shit on Sunday. But
That's what they want you to think.
Exactly. They get you right where they want you. Let's get into some bar bets for this game here on Thursday. As Todd was mentioning as he was rubbing his nipples too, the Packers are in their all-white alternate uniforms on Thursday. It's the winter, what are they calling it? The winter
The whiteout.
advisory, the winter.
I don't know. I closed Twitter. It was too distracting.
I'm begging the Packers to schedule that game when it's actually fucking cold outside. Like just one of these times. Schedule it when it's actually going to be cold outside. Winter warning. Okay.
They're just letting us know that winter is coming.
Yeah.
Well,
As
then
it was-
call it
As
that.
it was 75 degrees on Sunday.
Right. Hey,
Dude, last year when it was I went to that game against the Texans. It was 80 degrees.
It was 62 degrees at kickoff on Sunday at
That's
Lambeau Field.
perfect.
It was the best. It was absolutely perfect. Let's jump into some bar bets here for Thursday's game. So the Green Bay defense as a whole, I'm gonna say over under 3.5 sacks on Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels was sacked 3 times on Sunday versus a bad a bad New York Giants team, but a pretty good Giants pass rush. So this is clearly a step up in the Packers defense. So let's say 3.5 sacks. Will the Packers defense top what the Giants were able to do? Jimmy?
I'm gonna go yes, 3 Bakhtiaris. In the last 2 games against Jaden Daniel, Micah Parsons alone had 4.5. So you get him at least 1, maybe 2. I think Rashawn Gary or Van Ness can go in for 1 each. So I'm gonna go over 3 Bakhtiaris.
Todd?
5 Bakhtiaris over. There's, as we saw, I mean, just Micah's presence on the field frees up so many other guys. I mean, Devontae Wyatt's sack was purely because a guy had to go chip and help out a 2-time All-Pro in Penei Sewell, and that allowed Wyatt to beat his matchup and go get a sack. So I'm gonna pound the over on that one.
Are you guys worried at all about?
No.
Okay. Jaden Daniels being a more mobile quarterback than Jared Goff?
No.
A little bit, yeah. I think
Because
it's
he
just Colin Kaepernick PTSD, but a little bit.
I mean, he was still sacked 3 times last week. Like, it's not like it's just preventing him from getting sacked. There's going to be pressure. There's going to be pressure from all over the place. You just got to contain and play it. And also, I know Micah Parsons was chasing down Jared Goff. He's fast. He's so fast. And then you've got Edge. He's fat. Like, there's just, you got linebackers that can fill and can run. I think we'll be all right.
And they have a rookie right tackle, and their starting guard is on IR right now. So it is still an inexperienced offensive line.
That rookie got his lunch ate on Sunday. So I am excited to see what happens there. All I'm saying is Jaden Daniels, is an up and comer. Haven't seen that on a Thursday, quick turnaround, mobile quarterback. Do they kind of game plan to get things out of his hands a lot quicker? Do they game plan to put things more into Debo's hands early and often, and not give them a chance? I will still agree with you guys. I think I'll sit with Jimmy and say over and go 3 Bakhtiaris as well. Let's go to Josh Jacobs, over under 70 rushing yards this week. Only 66 rushing yards this week. I mean, most of that came on a couple of big chunks in the second half, but like really most of the game kind of bottled up. Do we see any sort of change this week for Josh Jacobs? Do they highlight that a little bit more? Do they give him more of a chance, Todd?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over on this one. 5 Bakhtiaris. Good work, Matt. I think last week, even with what he was able to do towards the end of the game, it still didn't feel like 66 yards. I think they're gonna make it more of a point early in the game to establish the run and go from there. So I think we'll see him go over 70.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm going to follow Todd. I'm going to say 5 over. In the last 3 games, LaFleur faced Dan. So Dan Quinn, just like the Lions played a lot of that cover 1, just got torched with passing. I think he might be a little bit of like trying to switch things up a little bit. We saw the last time we played Dan Quinn was that Cowboys game, killed them, especially in the pass game. Right now, the last 3 games LaFleur played against Dan Quinn's 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I think he's going to try to stop that, which should open up a little bit for Josh Jacobs. So I'm going to go 5 Bakhtiaris over. Josh Jacobs can do some shifty business.
Okay. Does any of do any of the injuries on the offensive line potentially worry
Right
you guys
tackle,
at all?
yeah.
Right tackle?
Left guard, no. Yeah, if Morgan's
Right.
in there, I think he's fine. But if we have Kennard at right tackle, it worries me a little bit. Yeah.
Well, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, when the injuries first went down, Kennard went in at guard, and then they had Belton go in at tackle when Tom went down. Belton got time after one of those injuries.
I think Belton only played guard. I think they put
play
Kennard
guard?
at tackle right away.
Okay.
And that's when they started moving the ball pretty well on the ground. So
Kennard was very
he can
impressive.
move people, and if you're wanting to establish the run, that's what he's going to do. So
Yeah. Sure. I'll go 4 Bakhtiaris. I'll say over here. I just, I kind of I put this out here just because, injuries to the offensive line and everything on the passing game was working really well. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing, Last one here. Bo Melton, who is officially out for Thursday's game. Does he get a pass breakup?
I'm gonna go 5 Bakhtiaris. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I forgot this was a staple. I'm gonna follow Todd.
Yeah. We got about 16 more weeks of this.
I forgot about that one. I'll be ready next week, but no.
Yeah. 5
I don't even think he's hurt right now somehow.
He's officially out for
tomorrow.
He
is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think he and Brenton Cox are the only 2 officially out on the injury report so far. Everyone else.
I love how we're still putting Micah Parsons as questionable because of a back injury. Like we all know right now, this is nonsense. Like he's fine. Just stop this.
He's gonna play.
Also, right. I think it would have been a no even if he were going to be active tomorrow, just based on the fact that he had 0 snaps at cornerback. The only 2 cornerbacks that had snaps were Nixon and Valentine. They both had 66.
Yeah.
Melton, Haddon, and Robinson all had zero snaps.
Yeah.
Depth might be an issue.
I was like, do you guys think Hobbs plays, or do you think they'll keep him out the next 10 days?
I don't think he plays this week. I think week 3 is when they bring him in.
I would say I think I lean towards that too. Let the knee heal a little bit.
Yeah, I think
Against that
him,
really, really tough Browns team. Got to bring him back then.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on Lombardi's Bar. We'll be back again next week, same time and place. Guys, where can people find you out on the social medias everywhere, Jimmy?
Follow me on Twitter, Jimmy_C08. Anything is posted there.
Good. Todd?
You can find me pretty much everywhere at the Todd V.
Perfect. I'm on Blue Sky mostly now at Dan on the Manos, where you can find me. For everybody coming into the chat, thank you for not shitting on my internet too much. For producer Matt behind the scenes, for Jimmy, for Todd, I'm your bartender Dan saying cheers. And as always, go Pack Go.